Why is there not an uproar that Jeff Bezos is still promoting this on his platform, brother? From the Jewish community. That's all I'm asking, bro. Forget about the black community. The Jewish community. Why is Jeff Bezos not being harassed like Kyrie Irving and it has to jump the hoops, nannies, gorillas, all this shit in the midst to get out of what he did for posting a link? But the man that's promoting this on his platform is Jewish. Where's the uproar against him? The floor is yours, my brother. Time for the one time, cups in the air, salud.
Salud.
Let's go.
Cups in the air.
Once again, welcome to What's Your Point, the podcast. You know what it is, man. We chilling here. Once again, we got our correspondent here.
Hi, I'm Kay Swaz.
Right.
Tagline still to be determined.
All right. So she here, you know this dude right here. We ain't gonna let him do his intro. We getting right to it. This nigga got the longest intro in podcast history. But go ahead, nigga. I know you want to say it. It's been a minute. Go ahead.
Lada Melvin.
There you go.
A.K.A. Tup Murder. A.K.A. the star of the show.
So I know we've been going for a little bit, you know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff that's been in the news, you know what I mean, that, we definitely got to touch up. You know what I mean? The Kanye stuff, the Kyrie, the Ime Udoka, you know what I'm saying, Brett Favre and all that. So, what's your thoughts on Kanye? You know what I mean? And, the stuff that he put out in the out there in the media, and then how they trying to cancel him now and all this other stuff.
With Kanye, some of the stuff is truthful, but he's such a bozo that he says so much other shit that is not factual, that it basically makes him look like a buffoon, basically.
Your thoughts, Kay?
All I have to say is I miss the old Kanye.
Yeah. You think that's So let's get to the meat and potatoes of it, right? He said something against Jews, and the nation went up in an uproar. Know what I'm saying? Everybody, Adidas got rid of his contract. Got rid of him. He allegedly lost $2 billion in one day or some shit like that from all his endorsements and stuff like that. People started jumping shit because he attacked a certain demographic group. Know what I'm saying? But when he said slavery was a choice, there was no uproar. There was no rising. There was no cancel him. Know what I mean? So how we feel about that?
Well, that's black people's fault because, we have a voice. We failed to speak out on it and call them out on that. We still was buying Yeezys. We could have did exactly what the other people are doing to him now, but we choose not to. Because, sometimes sneakers and, they had a GoFund for me to make him back a billionaire.
Yeah, I saw that.
So you got to think about where our priorities is at.
We're too forgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And, a lot of it is materialistic.
I mean, I see you on that. I feel like if you're gonna be mad about one thing, you should be mad all the way around. Don't be mad at because he got at the Jews and cancel him. But when he said something about black people or people of color, it was not the same. Like everything has to be in the same even playing field.
I can't fight for you to pay your rent. I can fight for me to pay my rent.
That's a good analogy.
So once again, we failed to stand up and call them out on that.
Yeah.
And just like Karen said, you're too forgiving. Sometimes you have to sacrifice your own to get to the bigger picture.
I agree.
And we don't call each other out for the nonsense.
So when he was on Nori, Nori put out the thing, and then once he started saying that stuff against Jews and all that stuff, that he took it down. Do you think that Nori succumbed to the pressure?
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
You're supposed to, if you're doing a show and stuff like that, it's freedom of press.
Yeah,
you have to understand that. You can't sit there and say,
you ain't know what it was going to do when it was done.
Maybe you should have spoke up on the show and put it in the proper perspective. Then you wouldn't have this problem that you had to shut the whole show down.
Right.
So that was your fault for not doing the right thing in the beginning.
Yeah, I agree on that.
Yeah, he got a lot of heat for that because I happened to watch it that morning,
Yeah.
and by 12 o'clock, it was off.
Yeah. I know. I think if we had somebody on here that spoke against any group of people of color, sexual preference, etc., and we put it out, I'm gonna stand by what I put out. I'm not gonna let nobody pressure me into not to cutting something down if I stand on it. But I'm gonna ask questions that need to be asked on the platform. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I see it. You know what I mean?
Well, you have to look at it when you're dealing with sponsors, and he didn't want to do sponsorships. But I felt like the sponsorships wouldn't have dropped if he would have countered the false statements, like he wasn't really suffocated or choked.
All right, but to say that if you focus on sponsorship, where was people losing sponsorships when he said slavery was a choice?
Well, that was our fault because we still watch TMZ. He said
No, it's not
TMZ.
not our fault. The people that the sponsors, why they not in the uproar?
Because once again,
You know what I mean?
we're not in the uproar. If we say we not going, let's say if Nike was sponsoring TMZ or whoever was sponsoring it, if we say we're not going to buy those products,
Yeah.
because believe it or not, we spend the most money out of any race. So if we sat there and said, you trust to believe, there would have been some backlash from it, but we chose not to.
Okay, but just think about it. Adidas cut ties with him, right? They cut ties with him, right? They ain't cut ties with him when he said what he said about the black community.
It's because the black people were still buying Adidas. The Jewish people stopped buying Adidas or threatened to stop buying Adidas, and they didn't want to take a chance.
I just feel when it comes to a certain demographic of people, you can't talk about gays and you can't talk about Jews. That's like the two things you can't do because they're ready to cancel you.
It goes back to we are
Taking a
our own
stand.
worst enemies. It's our fault. We're talking about, remember, I told you a couple of years ago when we first did the podcast, I told you a story about I wanted to open a bodega.
Yeah.
But I knew I would fail at it because I knew my people would not buy from me. Which I have a friend who's from Palestine. I asked him to be the front man to do it because they would buy from him because he's the front of the face of the business.
Yeah.
But if I was the face of the business, we're not going to buy from our own kind. You own a clothing line. You see the difference where people want to deal. They don't think about the quality of clothes.
No, that's one thing. That's one thing when it comes to our people. You know what I mean, Latin or people that just know you. They always want to deal. And I always tell people, you can't go to McDonald's and negotiate the price of a number one. They're gonna look at you. You can't.
Right.
You can't. Them niggas gonna be. You be like, yo, I want a number one. It costs $10. They're gonna be like, I ain't got $10. Well, then you don't want a number one, my boy. You want that $3 bundle. That's what you want, right? Because that's what's gonna happen. Know what I mean? So I feel like like you said, it gotta be a stand. But I feel us as people. I feel Nori don't succumb to the it has to be an outrage when it comes to everything in America. It can't be an outrage when it's just Jewish and gay people, bro. That's as I see it when it comes to that.
I mean, but you got to think about it. It's the Jewish people who's outraged about what he said. It's the black people that's not outraged when he said slavery was a choice.
Okay.
But remember, the Jewish people are the ones who own all these businesses.
Oh, no, of
too.
course.
They're the key stockholders and the
Exactly.
owners of these businesses.
So then that's also
So they hold the control.
But we also have other outlets that we can go to, like which was Puff Company, even though he does right there. But there's other companies. Revolt. There's other companies where you can do business, but we so excited about upfront money that we're not looking about the thing. Think about how many people selling their masters now, for $100,000, $200,000 for life. That means your kids is never going to eat off that.
No,
15, 20 years and $100,000 is not going to be the same thing.
correct.
So if you don't invest that properly, if you don't have the right mind state to sit there and do that, you don't see Jay-Z doing that,
Yeah, no.
selling his masters. So we're thinking about what's in front of us instead of thinking about the overall of the race.
So then let's transition from the Kanye thing because it's similar to the Kyrie thing. Kyrie posted a link of some anti-Semitic documentary or book that was up on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? And he got suspended. NBA wanted him to do all these type of things to get back in the game. Do you think he was treated fairly?
No, I don't think he's treated fairly. I think what happened with Kyrie, like Kanye, you did so much fuckboy shit
Prior.
that people kind of don't want to fuck with you, even though you're wrong in this instance right there. I don't feel like he should have been suspended. I don't feel like anything should have happened to him. And not if you're not going to punish Amazon and the people who's publishing
Exactly,
this shit
'cause
right
that's my thing too. Like, where's Amazon giving $500 to these people? Where's Jeff Bezos getting the proper the 8 whatever that thing is called, where they're supposed to meet with Jewish people to understand what.
But once again, we're the biggest consumers and we spend the most money out of any genre.
Right.
When we're going to sit there and stand up and sit there and say, you know what, we're going to back him and we're not going to go for this right here. It doesn't happen. So you know what? They get to do this right here.
Yeah, I just feel like they trying to like they went overboard. The Nets went overboard. The NBA went overboard. He apologized. Yeah, he apologized 2-3 days later, but it doesn't matter. The apology was sent. You can't tell somebody how they're supposed to apologize. If he apologized, he didn't understand what he was kicking the link to because he's a conspiracy theorist. So, with him, he was just, he ain't do his homework. That's what happened with Kyrie. He didn't really analyze the effects that could have.
I don't think he did anything wrong by reposting a book, if that's how he
No,
feels.
I feel the same thing.
So, but it goes back to us not having his back. We're the ones, the biggest supporter of basketball.
Yeah.
We're the biggest buyers of sneakers.
Yeah.
So when we're going to sit there and say, have his back, but he did so much fuckboy shit in the past
Right.
that there's nobody going to sit there and stand up for the guy.
Right. It's almost like the boy who cried wolf.
Yeah.
He kept crying so many times, and now once it finally hit the fan, nobody's there, to defend or to help.
But then, also Emil Doka, with his thing, it was a consensual. It was a consensual.
Adult relationship.
well,
as they
adult
kept
relationship.
saying.
Well, we are blessed to have a person who's in the HR department.
Yes, let's go, Kay.
To educate us what she feels was out of line. So I'm asking you,
Yeah.
what was the problem with that?
It should not have gone to the media. That could have been an issue that could have been handled
In-house.
internally, in-house. It did not have to go to the media. He was just made an example of because he was an African-American man.
And the lady he
And
had,
I think the woman that he had this affair with is a wife of one of the top execs. So that clearly shows retaliation by making an example of him in the media. Because plenty of people do that behind the scenes.
Yeah,
It could have
that
been
happens at
handled
every
in-house.
workplace. Yeah.
So what's the normal punishment for something like that?
It depends. I mean, we don't know what his contract states. You have to look at the handbook, see what the employee handbook says. There's a lot of steps. You have to do an investigation, make sure all the parties that are involved are spoken to. Then you have to look at the employee handbook to see what the level of if it leads to termination, suspension, a write-up. You have to look at the levels, the progressive levels of, what is it now, of being disciplined, the disciplinary action steps that
So you
should
feel?
be
So
taken.
let me ask you this question: you feel like him, his discipline, how the Celtics disciplined Amen, was it justified?
As far as
A consensual relationship with
a consensual
adult
relationship.
He
a
didn't rape
consensual
her.
Adult, right. A
You know what I mean?
consensual adult relationship. If it was happening outside of work, then it shouldn't even be considered. If it happens outside of work between two adult people, you shouldn't get involved. But when it becomes one of the owners of the team, if it's their wife, then of course they're going to bring HR into it. But I don't think the levels of punishment,
So
it was just too much.
they
'Cause
basically
I
try
think
to
it was
castrate
mainly-
him, like make him look
they
like a-
embarrassed him
Yeah.
in the media.
Yeah, 'cause
Having press conferences.
Yeah.
And it was just too much.
yeah,
It was
making
like
it look
just-
like he did something real bad.
Yeah,
when it's,
just give him disciplinary action, suspend him for a period of time,
Yeah.
and that would have been enough. Telling him, stopping his salary, telling him he couldn't, go to another team, he couldn't interview for other jobs. It was just too much.
Yeah, well, they said if another team wanted him, they could have him.
Right.
But he's suspended for the year.
So wait a minute. So if the Nets would have picked him up,
Yeah.
he still couldn't have been. But if
He could coach. No, he could coach.
He
the
could have
Nets. He could have coached the Nets right away. The reason why he didn't, the reason he didn't get the job and it went to Jacques Vaughn was because of the Kyrie shit.
confused.
Kyrie with
Yeah.
the anti-Semitic shit, the shit that's happening with the Nets and him being suspended and all that. You're gonna bring in another person that's gonna bring negative
Okay, I got
Right,
you.
controversy.
disarray
There's too much
into the Nets thing.
controversy,
Oh, now
right.
you got the dude that had consensual sex with a coworker,
With a
and he's
top
coming
man.
in too. So now you dealing with those questions and his questions. You know what I mean? So the Nets is like, nah, we don't want to be a laughingstock. And they did right by picking Jacques Vaughn, as we see, because the Nets they improved drastically with him had some.
Nah, I just think Kyrie ain't playing. That's the problem.
I mean, that could be it too, because we seen it on the Celtics though. Know what I mean? But my thing is with the email Doka and the Kyrie thing, how they try to like destroy people of color. But Sarah Silverman painted her face black. Know what I'm saying? She's a Jewish woman, painted her face black, and just gave an apology, and it went and it came. It came and it went. You understand what I'm saying? There was no campaigns for her to do. She was in that Black Lives Matters meeting. She wasn't doing none of this shit. So why is it that we get? Why is it a person is Jewish? It's considered a joke. Oh, it was just a joke. You know, it wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing malicious. But they painting these two brothers like they did something that was real. Know what I mean?
Well, like I said, it's just the power of the black voice. It's like if we're still gonna go to the basketball game, we're still gonna purchase the sneakers. We still gonna buy the products. Still gonna watch ESPN.
Right.
But they will really stand up and say no.
Right.
We would sacrifice our self pleasures before we go out there and consume any of your products because you endorse this guy right here.
No,
It's the power of your voice, and you don't know your voice. So when you don't know your voice, we are our own worst enemies. Right. Everything points back to us.
Yeah, and we have so much power. We just don't use it correctly. It's like yesterday, Dave Chappelle was on Saturday Night Live, and there were headlines already saying that they were boycotting the show for the comments that he made about the LGBTQ plus community. Because they stand united, and they were going to boycott the show. Even the writers on the show yesterday boycotted because Dave Chappelle was going to be there.
But that's what my thing is. You see how they want to boycott Dave Chappelle for what he said. But why are we not boycotting Sarah Silverman? Why are we not boycotting Brett Favre for what he did to Mississippi, still in that welfare money in one of the poorest states?
I don't see why he's even up on charges, but you have to sit there and think about, once again,
Right.
Sneakers, clothes, diamonds, and jewelry
where's
is more important.
Where's Brett Favre's lowest sponsorship with Wrangler?
Wrangler we don't buy Wranglers, so what Wranglers?
No, we don't buy Wranglers, but that's a sponsor.
But we have to take care of our own. You see the common denominator? Everybody takes care of their own.
I get what you're saying. Take care of your own, but why are we not speaking about what Brett Favre is doing? He stole from poor people to build a fucking volleyball stadium in his alma mater, bruh.
How many people of color is standing up, putting themselves out there, and demanding that this man be get put up on charges?
Nobody. I'm saying nobody's talking about it, bro.
So once again, it's the man in the mirror, the man and the woman in the mirror. It's always going to point back there. It's always going to point back. No matter which way you do it, it's going to point back to us.
No, but what you're saying is it's okay for me to paint my face black and say it's a joke, and I don't have to go on an apology tour.
What I'm saying is
no, I'm not saying you per se. I'm just saying what America is telling me.
No, America ain't saying that. America is telling you, if y'all okay with it, we okay with it.
Right.
If y'all okay with it, we okay with it. It's simple as that.
I just don't agree. I think we need to hold everybody accountable for what they do.
If you gonna still buy my sneakers and you're still gonna buy my diamonds, you're still gonna buy my clothes.
But it's not about. I'm not talking about sneakers. We're talking about what a person did. They literally trying to listen. They try to assassinate Kyrie's character, right? They trying to assassinate Ime Udoka, right? But we're not talking about Jeff Bezos still making money off that documentary that's on his platform, bro.
Karen,
you know what I mean?
Karen, what's the fastest way to affect somebody if you want to make your point across?
Stop buying the stuff.
There you go, who? There you go. If you stop the money, you
Right.
mama, what's that with the BMF? You cut the water off?
Yeah.
You cut their water off, best to believe it's gonna be a big problem. But we still we put more money into it. That's what we do. We put more money into what's going on. We put more money into this. Once again, you have to look at ourselves.
Right.
We have to look at ourselves. We're sitting there and we are our worst enemies. Because if we stood up and said, you know what, nah, if you do this to Kanye, or I mean not Kanye, but if you do this to Kyrie, we're going to boycott all basketball games. We're not buying those Nike sneakers. We're not buying nothing.
Yeah, because I saw Jay Wells was the first one that really attacked that, where now it's getting out of hand with the Kyrie thing. Like, they're trying to make him an example. Like, they're trying to castrate the dude. Like, they trying to, like, no, you know, you got the good fellas club. You know what I'm saying? They trying to, like, really make him an example. Like, oh, he didn't apologize in a timely manner. It doesn't matter. He apologized. You know what I mean? They suspended him 5 games. All right, the 5 games is cool. But for him to have to do all these 500K in a donation to some shit with Jews, then he had to go to sensitive training and cultural training and all this. Nah, bro. Because everybody else ain't doing that. You know what I mean?
You're right. Everybody's not doing it. But if you don't cut their water off,
The water's going to keep flowing.
there you go. Simple.
I mean,
It's just like back in the day, I think there was something with Gucci. There was a big boycott.
and
with
Timberland,
Gucci for a while.
Timberland. He said,
And
I don't
Timberland.
make my boots is not made for people in the urban cities, but we his biggest consumers.
Right. And I think with Abercrombie and Fitch,
Yeah.
they had like a khaki pants, and they called it the nigger jean or something. And I'm like, but people still buy them.
The Gap ad with the black kid. I don't know if you remember
Yes,
that.
yes.
I mean, they also made some references to that, but still, people still buy. I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, you know, it's not.
So if
The black dollar is powerful.
if
we put it into
if we
the
cut
right
the water
place.
off, you don't think they're going to sit there and think about it? Think about what they was. I seen a report. There was someone, an exec that was in the music business. He quit after the thing would take off, and he was like, "Yo, he had enough," because it's like these white Jewish people, not just saying with it, just saying other people in general. These executive people are benefiting off the lives and deaths of these hip hop artists.
But I heard that some of these artists that died, that was on, I think Empire, allegedly, from what they said, was that these record companies is putting out life insurance policies on these artists.
Well, at the end of the day, you got to think about, when do we hold ourselves accountable? We at a point where we can control our own destiny, and we choose to still fall for the same trap. You can't keep doing the same thing. If you're seeing the results, when is enough? When you're going to sit there and say, boom, boom. When you seen, before it used to be like one rapper every 2, 3 years, 5 years. Now you're getting like 5, 6 rappers a year dying.
Yeah, and but the problem with that is that my thing with that's something with our community. Like, if you made it out, why are you still doing the same things that in these same places where you know you're a person that's more valuable? Like, Jay-Z is not in Marcy, bro.
Well, I don't
At
know
1 o'clock, rolling dice on the corner. He's not doing that, bro.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, you want to be the quote unquote realest nigga on the thing. No, you want to be the realest. You want to be alive, bro.
I don't think that's just with the music business. I just think, like, in general in life, I don't think I'm a rapper, but you're not going to catch me in the corner of the South Bronx.
Exactly.
You're not going to sit there and see me late nights or certain things, or certain places, because it's not that I'm scared or nothing like that. I just don't think it makes sense. At the end of the day, I have responsibilities to people that depend on me, that I'm not going to put myself in that position. And then you also got to sit there and think about when you used to be on these labels before with Motown and stuff, they used to teach you efficacy and different things, how to give interviews. They taught this.
Right.
They took all this out of the system that yo, go do what you want to do, because it's
Yeah.
all about a money pit. So at the end of the day, you have to be conscious. We're grown men.
Yeah.
You don't sit there and live your life that way. You can't live your life like that and think like everybody's not happy for you.
No, and they not.
No.
So
Because you go from the hunter to the hunted, bro.
and exactly the same
I mean?
thing, and the same thing when we're talking about when it comes to Kyrie, Kanye,
Yeah.
and all these people right here. If you don't exercise your voice, then you just
So you feel the community needs to be more an outrage of banning these higher labels and all that, and you know, like,
it's the community from the beginning. Let's not even talk that. Let's not even go to that level. Just think
Yeah.
about the black community. How is it a black community? You don't own the building. You don't own the building. You don't own the store. You don't own the cleaners. You don't own the restaurants. You don't own nothing. So everything goes out within 6 minutes. Every time you spend $1, it's out. It takes 6 minutes for the money to leave the black community. 6 minutes. This is proven. 6 minutes. Yo, at the end of the day, we're lost. And until you get wise and you get knowledge yourself, and when you sit there and do that, it's going to be the same.
So
thing.
how you feel we can fix that in our environment and in those
Easy. Instead of buying Tommy Hilfiger, I'll buy a bakery. Instead of buying Yeezys, I buy a bakery. Instead of watching Channel 5 News, I watch What's Your Point, the podcast, to get the news.
Yeah, do that.
And this is the thing, when you keep everything in house, because this is the formula. The formula never changed.
Right.
This is the formula. You keep everything in house, then you don't have to worry about outside money. If I make sure you good, even if you can't give me the biggest discount, but I'm gonna definitely buy vegetables from you. Pause. I'm gonna buy the meat from you. Pause. I'm gonna buy, all the other canned goods and stuff from me right there.
But that's a disconnect. And like I said, when you're doing this, like I do clothing. I've gotten more support from outsiders than I got from people that come from my hood or my neighborhood.
And that's the problem.
Right.
And at the end of the day, it's the same formula. It's like, yo, you shy away from your own kind. Like I told you, I wanted to buy. I really genuinely. That's one of my dream jobs I wanted to have. I wanted to own a bodega. And I had the money to do it at the time. And I wanted to buy a bodega. And I felt like I would make a lot of money on it. But I also was smart enough to know that if I was the face of it, that they was not going to purchase from me. Do you know on Gun Hill Road, right on the corner of Webster Avenue, is a black-owned bodega? How many people? Yeah, it's a black-owned bodega right there. You know what I mean? You got to constantly try to make support. If I would drive out the way to buy water or whatever like that from them before I buy it somewhere else, because I wanted to make sure that it stays in the community.
Because I remember Killer Mike was saying that too, like, yo, invest in a black bank, a black-owned bank, and all this other stuff that he was also giving dudes that knowledge of if we cut the middleman out and we become, the main person to handle these things, that then and show that our money is money also, and we don't need.
Well, they already know our money is money because they taking it. Yeah. You know what I mean? They taking our money. Think about it. The next time you sit there and think about you. Everybody has the formula. You have the formula. I remember you telling your Tuck, we're just gonna put out our shit. Fuck rocking everybody else stuff. We're gonna rock our stuff like that. We're not giving nobody no support, no nothing if they not contributing to the.
I agree on that too. That's what I started making when I started making clothes. That's why I did it, because I'm like, yo, end of the day, I get fly. I like my fits and all that, and I feel like I got a good eye for fashion. And then when you walk in the spot, niggas like, yo, can I buy that at?
Exactly.
You know what
like
I'm
I told you, I'm driving the bus and I seen the dude, a maintenance guy with the bakery hat on. You know what I mean? I'm laughing. I know where it comes from.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the end of the day, you have to support your own. If you don't support your own, then nobody's going to support you.
Right. No, yeah.
And so you basically just giving your money away. Yeah, at the end of the day, you have to move as a team. If you don't move as a team, you're doomed.
I just feel like us in the community, for these rappers that they losing their life at such a rapid rate, and it's like because they want to be the realest nigga in the room, bro. Stay alive, bro. Right. You made it out, bro. You survived, bro. You made it out. Like I was watching some shit with Al B. Al. He was just saying like, yo, I'm not going back to my neighborhood. I'm not gonna get caught up in that stuff. Like it's all right. You want to roll dice? Let's roll dice in the Ramada. You know what I'm saying? In the room. We could roll dice. There's a bunch of millionaires here, bro. Why am I rolling dice you know what I mean? Outside of whatever. We surpassed that, bro. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, even if you're a millionaire, because our mind state, we still have that poor man's mentality. Mm-hmm. It could have happened anywhere. It could have been in the Ramada. It could have been in the Hilton. Yeah. If you're not really conscious of your behavior and the value of life, it's going to happen anywhere.
Because we have pressures now where they feel like you're not a real nigga if you don't you're not active in that.
What's real?
In that environment.
What's real?
Exactly. Real is being alive, bro. Real is supporting your family. Real is We all get into this. We doing this podcast thing because we want to get picked up and we want to become millionaires off this shit. You know what I mean? And when we become millionaires, bro, I can't chill on Freeman Street like I chill on Freeman Street now. But guess what? Them back to school things, I'm going to donate to that. And I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because I'm a dude that made it out of Freeman Street. But at the same time, you can't move how you move when you getting money because now you was a wolf and now you become hunted, bro. Because the dudes that you was with, now they looking at you as food on the table. You know the mentality, bro. Niggas see, you was running with the wolves, ready to rob niggas and get busy. Now you got money because everybody that does what we do, niggas want to get out the hood. That's the thing. You started working, I started working, and the whole emphasis of what we do is we don't be like, yo, I want to get rich so I can come back to my block and live here. Know what I mean?
And once again, it's the mind state because if you take a lot of famous Jewish singers and a lot of famous actors and actresses, they're allowed to go back to their neighborhood from other races. But us, it's like the crab in the barrel. Mm-hmm. You have to change the mind state. Money doesn't change your mind state. You understand?
No.
You could be a billionaire if you have the wrong mind state.
Only thing money does is enhance whatever you is. If you a piece of shit, now you a piece of shit with money. So if you're a good-hearted person, then you're a good-hearted person with money. So
once again, when you get the Kyries, the Kanyes, you gotta hold people accountable in the beginning. Mm-hmm. So when something like this, if he was checked to my Kanye, if he was really checked when he did that, we was slavery is by choice. Yeah. He wouldn't be having these issues right there because he would have learned his lesson already right there.
But then, like you said, being accountable, right? So then, if Kyrie's being held accountable for what he posted, why is not Jeff Bezos not being held accountable for allow that shit to still be on his platform? Why? He's Jewish.
Why are we still using Amazon? Once again, we're the biggest consumers. Yep. Why are we not boycotting that?
That's true. Why the Jewish community is not
that's not their fight.
I'm asking you a question. It's not their fight, but it's their fight against Kyrie though.
You feel me? If you don't stand up for yourself, nobody's going to stand up for you.
But understand what I'm telling you. Kyrie posted a link of where they could get this at, right? The person that owns Amazon is Jewish. Mm-hmm. Why is that not off the thing? NBA, Alan Silver is the commissioner, right? He told them, he spoke with Kyrie. Everybody did the character shit with him. Why is there not an uproar that Jeff Bezos is still promoting this on his platform, brother? From the Jewish community. That's all I'm asking, bro. Forget about the black community. The Jewish community. Why is Jeff Bezos not being harassed like Kyrie Irving and it has to jump the hoops, nannies, gorillas, all this shit in the midst to get out of what he did for posting a link? But the man that's promoting this on his platform is Jewish. Where's the uproar against him? The floor is yours, my brother.
Once again, if these black people are not willing to stand up for a guy who I feel is not wrong, if he's not going to do it, we're going to let him be. Put the blame on him because I do business with Jeff Bezos. It's convenient, so let's let him take the blame for it, and that's it. Who? At the end of the day, it ain't about who. It has nothing to do with what they feelings or their feelings is hurt.
What the media is saying, Jewish people.
Who owns the media?
I know, brother. Bro, we get into a place, bro. We know who owns everything, bro. We know that. But what I'm trying to tell, my point in this, bro, is what I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, if you're gonna be such in a fucking bind, I'm not talking about black people. Forget about us. Jewish people, the people that got a problem with Kyrie, that he got to jump through hoops and nannies, right, to do this shit. Where are the people that's getting at Jeff Bezos because he's still promoting that hateful thing of anti-Semitic shit on his platform, bro? Where's the uproar in the Jewish community? Don't tell me about the black people. Let's talk about the Jewish people. We talking about Jewish people.
I got money. The money's coming in, and when you got money, you can be wrong and strong. It's up to you.
So what you telling me is based on who the color of the person's skin.
Absolutely,
it's different things for different folks.
Yes,
that's what I'm trying to say, brother. At the end of the day,
I'm not biting my tongue with it. Yes, it is.
No. I'm not saying I don't want you to bite your tongue. This is our platform. We stand tall on everything that we do on here, bro. But at the end of the day, I feel like if the Jewish community was such in an uproar because what Kyrie did and posted, the link was so hurtful, What about Jeff Bezos allowing this to be promoted on his platform, bro? The niggas could cop this documentary off his shit for $9.99, $10.99, whatever the fuck that shit costs. They able to go to Amazon and get it in 2 or 3 days if they got Amazon Prime. Where are the Jewish people that's so in the uproar? They were so hurt by what Kyrie posted a link, bro. A link. He ain't say, yo, I hate Jewish people.
Because I think what it is that the person who owns it is the same race of that documentary, and all that money is going back to him.
Ding, 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 ding.
That shit is.
And the simplest, she said it the proper way. I made it real simple for you. When you got money, you can be wrong and strong. It's up to us to call them out on their bullshit and the stop.
Well, I see now like Stephen A. Smith and Jay Will was the first one that really got on it. Then everybody was going against Kyrie. Shannon Sharp said some shit. Stephen A. They all saying like they seeing what they trying to do to these two black brothers. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like if you're gonna be in an uproar, be in an uproar and everything, bro. Now it comes back to laws, all this shit too. Like when it come to
at the end of the day. If you're not going to hold yourself accountable, your own people accountable, we can't sit there because we could have put an uproar. And trust me, if them Amazon requests and them
numbers would have went down,
it would have been a whole different ball game right there. He would have came out himself and would have got rid of it right there.
So Black America, I'm gonna speak to y'all as I look in this camera. I'm saying, at the end of the time, we the most powerful unit out here. You know what I'm saying? Us as people, if we really use our power, these Balenciagas, Gucci, they ain't making clothes for us, bro. We take it and we make it what we do, and they make their money from us. But at the end of the day, y'all gotta figure out what's more important. Go support your neighborhood. You know what I mean? God is doing it the right way. Support our own, man. And this, let's show these people strength in numbers. But we not gonna do it, man. You know what I mean? Because we live in the world we live in. You know what I'm saying? So I just, I just don't like that when somebody of our race does something, we have to jump through so many hoops to satisfy the people, but these people do, and they give a bullshit ass apology and donate $50,000 to the African American Museum of History, and then that's it. Oh, okay.
Well, once again, I give you an example, not off topic but on topic. Let's go back to slavery. Who you hold accountable for slavery?
Who are accountable against slavery?
For slavery, yes.
You got to hold the people that held up.
Who did this to us? Whoever you feel did. I just want your answer.
No, white people, bro.
White people did this, right?
Yeah.
But what about the black people who sold us to the white people?
They part of it. But that's in every. There's always a snake in the barrel, bro.
No, bro. This more than a snake. We talking about the white people couldn't have enslaved us if the black people in Africa sold us. We were sold. We wasn't like they came and just took us. We were sold.
No, yeah, we were sold because they lied to them to get on the boat, bro.
No, bro. They were sold. They was getting captured by other tribes and sold.
Okay.
It was sold.
It's a business, bro. It's a business, right? Niggas got to. We don't like it. We sell drugs in the inner city, right?
So and that's what my point.
Yeah.
My point is that this has been going on for years.
I get it, bro.
This has been going on since slavery. Before slavery, we were sold out. It's not going to stop until we stop selling ourselves out. That's plain simple.
I got you.
So we always thinking about the white man with the whips, the chains that brought us over to the boat, but we don't hold the people that
the
black guys who sold the black people who sold us to these white people.
Hey, the same people that they got a game against Christopher Columbus and his shenanigans and all that shit.
But Christopher Columbus couldn't go over to Africa and take nobody. They wasn't strong like that.
I know that.
So we sold ourselves out. They took people, they captured other people from other tribes, conquered their land. I'm talking about the black people, gave them to these white people, and then that's how we ended up over here. So you have to look at what caused this, and you got to hold your own selves accountable. Okay. And you got to hold ourselves accountable for the behavior that's going on now.
All right. So then you want to you can hold yourself accountable, but then also why we not holding accountable if we in the same race and we not holding our own accountable?
That's what I'm
The
trying
black,
to say.
no, the black community is not saying nothing about Kanye West, right? But the Jewish community is so in the uproar with Kanye West, let's cancel him, right? But Jeff Bezos, just to use them example, Sarah Silverman, now me, another Jewish woman, she did what she did. It's not the same parameters, bro. Know what I mean?
It's not going to be the same parameters, Julio, if we're not holding ourselves accountable.
But we're not talking about us. We're talking about the
No,
Jewish
you
community.
You have to. They don't give a fuck about us. So if we don't give a fuck about ourselves, why would they give a fuck about us?
Okay, I'm not asking them to give a fuck about us, but you are so hurt and disturbed by a link, but you're not hurt by the place where they buy and they can purchase the link. Even though
And I said it in the beginning. When you got money, you could be wrong and strong. You cut their water off, then they realize what the hell is going on. I said it right. I gave you all the ingredients, the recipes going back
I get what you're
400
saying.
plus years ago.
I just feel like when it come to this shit, bro, like at the end of the day, man, I just don't agree with it wholeheartedly. Like how you feel, okay?
I just say in regards to, like I said earlier with Jeff Bezos, he's getting all that money back.
I get you.
You know, since he is the owner of Amazon.
Yeah, I mean,
The only thing is that since Kyrie posted it, if Kyrie had bought it and never told anybody, no one would know. Yeah. But he decided to use his social media platform to say, I bought this, and it started an uproar. But if he had bought it and had it delivered to his house, no one would know. Because at the end of the day, all that money is going back to Jeff Bezos, no matter who buys it.
Well, I mean, I guess it's, no matter
he's profiting
negative
off of
publicity.
this.
Yeah, negative publicity is still making them money. So at the end of the day, I get that aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's just so much bullshit, man. You know what I mean? I feel like the mentality in these inner cities too, man, with these rappers dying at a rapid rate, and you know what I mean? It's just we have to find a way to change this, bro. You know what I mean?
It's not going to change until you call people out for what it is. I'm just one of the people, I tell you, I brought it back since slavery. Nobody really talks about the black people who sold us out.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean?
You're right, they don't.
And so it constantly go on.
Yeah.
Everything that was positive from black people, from the Black Panthers to the Nation of Islam, to even with Martin Luther King, there were sellouts in their own camp.
Oh no, yeah. We know that.
So this has been going on, right? This is the formula. Get one, treat him a little bit better. He'll sell out the whole crew.
The house nigga mentality.
Exactly.
Like Farrakhan was speaking about.
So you have to hold people accountable.
Yeah, like
if you don't hold people accountable, ourselves accountable. If this was corrected when he did that shit on TMZ, you know what I mean? We were so worried about the number of making him back a billionaire. Were they going to do a GoFundMe? Like, really? To really make him a billionaire? Like, I'm going to give him my money just so he can get the title of billionaire?
Yeah,
that's important?
I mean, no.
Right. Priorities. The priorities are all off. And like Biggie said, rest in peace, more money,
more problems. No, that's a fact. Because the more money I make, the more, you know.
So there you go. Yeah. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying.
I feel like.
Listen, I can't fight everybody by myself.
No, you can. You can.
But if I go get you, Karen, 100 other mother, we get a stronger fight. And if we don't hold each other accountable for that nonsense right there, and we don't stick up like they do, then we're gonna have.
We can't pick and choose when we want to be mad about something. Basically,
and like I said, we're more concerned about materialistic things versus the things that really help out the whole race as itself.
Yeah, these consumers that we buy stuff from, they done said it. They make clothes. They don't make clothes for us. Tommy Hilfiger said it. Right. I don't make clothes for
But bakery do.
Yeah, exactly.
So there you go.
We take all them sales, baby. You know what I mean?
There you go.
We take all that. I mean, respectfully. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's a crazy demographic, and I mean, I guess, you know, it's something that could keep on going forever and ever. You know what I mean? No matter how you see it or paint it, man, it's not gonna be what we wanted it to be. You know what I'm saying? Until we change the mentality. You know what I mean? You feel me? I mean, my brothers out there, man, you know, just try to. I mean, we trying to break the cycle, man. You know, why is it when you make money or you try to you achieve something, we want to take it away from that person? You know what I mean? Instead of celebrating that person.
And at the end of the day, until you know your self-wealth, this is going to continue to happen. Like I told you, it doesn't matter how much money you make. If you don't make a conscious decision to change your moves take advantage of your opportunities. If you keep doing the same thing, you're gonna end up. You just gonna be a millionaire rapper dead versus a poor guy dead. At the end of the day,
You can't move the same.
Nope. Once you make money.
No, when you making money, you got to move. It doesn't make you soft to have security. You know what I mean? My nigga, if I'm making millionaires and I'm a billionaire, you best believe I got 40 niggas on deck.
but
It's
at the end
working
of the
with me.
day, you can.
You gonna think the prime minister of fucking Zimbabwe came in here?
But
bruh.
but think about it. The prime minister is not coming to the hood.
Nah, I get you. I'm
He
not
ain't
gonna be in the
coming
hood
to
either.
That's
I'm
all
not gonna be
saying.
in the hood either. But I'm still be active enough to send I do my back to school shit. I'm gonna
Let's-
set niggas up.
Let somebody else do it.
No, I'll put the money down and then what I'll do a breeze through. I'll do a little, hey, and that's it. I'm not chilling. I'm not taking Photoshop. I'm not chilling in the front of my store. I'm not doing none of that, bro.
Nobody wants to be in the hood because if anybody with common sense, if they can get out, they get out, and that's what it is.
Bro, that's the whole mission. But you know what I mean?
Then why we back on playing dice when we don't have to do it no more?
That's what I try to say.
That's a good
Me and
question.
you could roll dice and yo, Tuck, cause we making money, right? Yo, Tuck, I bet you $3,000, nigga, right here. I got three. We doing it in the room. Me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
J Rock, a couple of us. I don't gotta be around. At the end of the day, when you got crews, there's always somebody in your crew. You know the dumb nigga. Know what I'm saying? The nigga that's a little scary, a little off, a little whack. Know what I mean?
Okay,
Or who want to prove himself so bad.
Let me ask you this:
Mm-hmm.
Why is
Like
he in the?
in-
Why
like-
is he,
like in
why is
Paid
he
in
a
Full.
part of the crew? Why is he there? Why we just don't get separate security where I just got professionals where I don't have to worry about these.
All right, so let
problems
me
right
let me break down because I do securities for people that know that. When it comes to that, I feel like you got to trust the people you know versus the people that you just hired.
I'm going to hire professional people that I know have a good track record with not getting.
But if my money is long and I could pay you like, yo, leave that door open so we could come in there and smoke, homie, then what's that doing?
say it again.
If I could pay you money, if I could pay this security that you hired, he don't have no ties with me. I just hired you because you're such a professional security company, and I got to be like, yo, listen, yo, fam, do me a favor. I'll give you a meal. Leave that door open. They come in there and they nigga, what happened? Why was there a security breach versus somebody that you?
But then you got to look at that security company. Now, if that happened before, right? I'm not going to hire a guy like, yo, you just lost John Lennon. I'm not hiring you as to be my security.
I mean, but they don't know that until you do your nooks and crannies. I mean,
But-
I'm just giving you an example by you saying hiring a elite whatever. But at the end of the day, if your money long, because mama, it's all about money.
I feel like I want the same. I want some ex-CIA guys that sit there that did this, and I'm going to pay them very well. I feel my chances is better. They can carry guns, and I'm instead of hotheads.
Oh, why not?
But on the flip side, sometimes it be your own in your own crew that may.
I mean, yeah, true.
get
Because if people be
extremely-
jealous,
that may
no,
get
yeah,
jealous and
jealousy
turn
too.
on you.
But then why not embrace and uplift our brothers to go get their gun license and become certified carry?
If I know your people too.
No.
If I know dude really want to do right, and he's really about and he's professional, I would give him the chance before I give anybody else.
Yeah.
But we all know they have a lot of tag-alongs that.
Oh,
really
no.
don't do
Yes,
that.
man. There's a lot of yes men in
So
in the
I'm
crew.
not with that. So
No, me either.
I'm a business.
Anybody that know me knows.
If I don't live, nobody eats.
Exactly.
Correct.
And at the end of the day, you have to be able to within my bakery crew, like my niggas, they know every man is a boss themselves. You know what I mean? You have to think that way. You can't be reliant or dependent on just one nigga making the moves. You got to be able to make your own moves, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, like you said, there's a lot of yes men, a lot of niggas that want to prove themselves. You know what I mean? Like I was telling the bros, because you was at the football shit we went to. I got into some shit with some nigga. I had to slap the shit out of him on my man block. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had to slap fire at the nigga because he wanted to show off in front of my man. My man's, he
Could have been avoided. Did you really have to do it?
yeah, because he was talking.
Because he was talking, made you.
Nah,
That-
but what he was saying, like, oh, who
And-
the fuck is this nigga? Why the fuck you over here? Know what I mean, just saying shit like that. And I'm
And you
telling
had
him,
to slap. It was no other way out.
There was no
oh,
other way.
he should be happy I slapped him and I ain't punch him, gang. Or this something worse. But then I got at my man because I told him, I said, bro, this is why I don't be chilling out here, bro, because you putting me in a predicament, bro. I'm 46 years old, bro. I ain't got no time to go do 20 years, nigga. Come back at 66, I'm finished, gang. You feel me? I'm done. It's over. You know what I mean? But you put me in a predicament where niggas want to show off in front of you because you such a high-ranking nigga and whatever, your shit, that they want to show off, not knowing, like, bro, I'm the same nigga, bro. I just suffice my shit, nigga, because of my kids. And I grew up. My fallopian, my fucking mind, everything is there. But
Okay, let me ask you. You know me, right?
yeah, I know you.
How well you know me?
I know you very well, nigga. It's the same way you know me very well.
How come I don't get into these conflicts?
Because I mean,
yes.
you're not going to that environment. That's why, bro. I get it. I understand, and that's what I told my man. I'm not coming around here no more. I'm done with it. Mm-hmm. You feel me? I'm done with it because I get around. You get the niggas that you get around, and then these niggas want to show off and want to prove like they some tough niggas, bro. Bro, you can't out tough me ever, bro. In life, no nigga in this fucking world could do that with me, bro. And I'm a regular working nigga, bro. You know what I'm saying? I bust my ass, bro.
It's not about tough no more. It's about at the end of the day.
I know because niggas tell me like, yo, who you got to get home. You out here wilding, niggas could get, bro. I'm not scared of none of that because I promise you, I'm not. I can get crazy. I can get crazy. Niggas get crazy too, but at the same time, I don't want to see my grandkids behind no glass wall, bro.
Correct.
Got you.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And I don't need a bunch of yes men. Like I need if I tell you some shit like that, what you gonna tell me? Yo, who? Why you still hanging out there?
That's how.
You understand what I'm saying? No. And that's why I love my brothers. Niggas like you, niggas like J-Rock, Marcus. You know, my brother, like niggas ask me, why are you still, and I mean, like I said, like I told my man, I'm not gonna be around here no more. I'll barely be out there. You know what I mean? But when I go out there and then you got a nigga that don't know me,
yeah,
and he just running his mouth, like, yo, bro, do you know what I used to do to niggas, bro?
I got you.
You feel me? And I slapped him because he's a bitch. I said, you a bitch. I'm not even gonna punch you, nigga. I'm gonna slap the shit out you, nigga. You know what I mean? And I could have done him worse, you know what I mean? But I'm not trying to be like the extra tough guy because I'm really not a tough guy, you know what I mean? I'm just a real nigga, son. That's what I stand. I stand tall on what I stand tall on, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But we got a point of the day. How we doing?
Oh yeah, I definitely got a point of the day.
Yeah. Let's get to it.
My point of the day is if you don't want drama, stay your ass out of them drama situations. If you out the hood, you don't have no need to go there. There's no need to go there. There's nobody to prove. Only thing you have to prove to your family to make sure you get home at the end of the day so they can see you another day. That's my point.
My point of the day is that, if we're going to be in an uproar about everything, about certain things, let's be in an uproar about everything. If it's black, white, Spanish, whatever, let's all humanity at the end of the day. Be mad about how people treating humans instead of just being mad, trying to separate us by groups. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I don't agree with everything that Kyrie did or Kanye did or, so on and so forth. But I also feel like, the other side of the table, the Jeff Bezos, Sarah Silverman, they can do something and a little whack-ass apology goes a longer way. And then us as black people got to do the extra mile dance and fucking tap dance and yes master, no master. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, let's treat everybody accordingly no matter what. And stop supporting these motherfuckers that don't give a fuck about you and come to Bakery. We love you over here.
My point of the day is that the black dollar is extremely powerful, and we need to start putting our money back into our communities and buy black.
Yes.
That's my point.
So thank y'all for watching. What's Your Point, the podcast? Don't forget to subscribe. Follow us on YouTube, IG, and we'll be back with another episode. See y'all later.
Peace.